Welcome. We've officially made it to off season on this post Super Bowl Monday. Congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's my first mock of the off season. Just remember, things are subject to change with trades and free agency shakes out. But starting here, we're going to go with the number one pick, Caleb Williams. Let me just say this for the Chicago Bears. The same reasons that Josh Allen was drafted to Buffalo, they have cold weather. I'm opposed to the Caleb Williams. I'm not as high as other people. I'm not saying he's not going to be a great pro, but my preference would be Drake May because he has a stronger arm. Chicago is the windy city. He could throw through all weather, and just build around him. But with that being said, we just going to go with the slam dunk pick, and we're going to take Caleb Williams. Nothing more to say there. And with the number 2 pick, we have the Washington Commanders, new owner, new coach. I think they should. I think Drake May is a bit better prospect than Jaden Daniels, but with this pick, I'm going to say Jaden Daniels because it's going to energize the city, like give them hope. They can get a quarterback and build around them just like LSU had all the talent around them. He'll be a slam dunk. Plus, Cliff Kingsbury is their offensive coordinator, and he's good for more mobile quarterbacks, not just kind of the pocket passer that Drake May is. So that kind of went into my decision. And the New England Patriots luck up and get Drake May to fall into their laps to engineer the new ranks with new head coach Gerard Mayo, as their defense probably going to be much better than very high on him. His touch, his accuracy is spot on with probably the best of them. I feel like after this draft, everybody's going to think they're winners. The Arizona Cardinals get Marvin Harrison Jr. fall into their lap. So it's just like the board's just how they planned it out. What more can you say? Faster than his dad, a great route runner, big hands, 6'4". This is probably a baby Calvin Johnson. So the Cardinals move forward. They already got their left tackle last year with Paris Johnson, and this year they get the number 1 receiver, maybe re-sign Marquise Brown, and Kyler Murray will have something to work with. As Jim Harbaugh takes over the LA Chargers with Greg Roman as the offensive coordinator, they love O-linemen and extra fullbacks and stuff like that. So they blessed to have Brock Bowers. It may be a tough reach, but I think it's not a lot of great positional talent just to take that they need over him. So I think that'll be the slam dunk pick for them. And Justin Herbert will have a new toy because either Mike Williams or Keenan Allen will be cut this year. I'm sorry to tell you. With Daniel Jones returning from injury, I did think they should have took a tackle, but they have a new offensive line coach, so maybe he might get the best of Evan Neal and the other players they can address later. But with this, they need to go Malik Neighbors and get Daniel Jones a true number 1 receiver. His numbers weren't far off from Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm very high on him. That's why Jaden Daniel looks so good as well. And with that, he has a new offensive weapon because I think Saquon's going to leave. So they need to change their focus point. All right, Tennessee, you already got the big fancy quarterback. Now you got to get the insurance. Joe Alt falls into your lap, generational tackle. I'm tired of the Andre Dillard experiment. Mike Vrabel and whoever signed him really made a mistake. They just need to cut ties. I think Peter Skoronski is better at left guard, or try him at right tackle and work on the interior or some combination like that. But left tackle needs to be addressed with this new regime. That's it. That's all. Falcons have been searching for that pure pass rusher since John Abraham, and I think this is the year that they get him. The first defensive player off the board will be Dallas Turner, and Atlanta Falcons is like a match made in heaven. I know they have a new head coach and probably want to address quarterback, but I think it's going to be probably a reach if they do it here. Maybe trade back, but I'm not doing any trades, so just staying packed with the pick. I'm going to go Dallas Turner. I think the Bears double dip on offense and take Rome Odunze, great player with Michael Penix, and add talent around Caleb Williams with DJ Moore and him and Cole Kmet, a viable offensive line with a new offensive coordinator. I think they can get things shaken in a very wide open NFC North. With a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers returning from injury, the best thing for the New York Jets to do is to take Ola Fashanu, the tackle from Penn State, and clear up that mess. They had a lot of injuries And second, they need to change that turf to grass so that all those injuries will stop happening. But with that, they luckily luck up and get one of the top tackle prospects like the board falling for their needs to be met. The 11th pick in the NFL draft, I think the Vikings, with all the uncertainty of Danielle Hunter maybe leaving, they need more pass rush with the new defensive coordinator, Latu. Great edge player. He showed up at the Senior Bowl and showed out. I'm not sure if they wanted to take a quarterback here, maybe, but I'm not uncertain with the Kirk Cousins. But until then, for right now, we just going to slot them with this edge rusher. Great talent off the edge from UCLA. On to the next pick. Denver Broncos on the clock. I know Sean Payton is an offensive coach, but the first half of last year, they couldn't stop a nosebleed, and they need to build a foundation around the defensive line in the trenches. So I have them taking Byron Murphy from Texas, a big, stout run stuffer and slight pass rusher. We don't know the outcome of what they're going to do with Russell Wilson, so I didn't want to reach for a quarterback, but in the future it may change. But on this day, I'm going to just take Byron Murphy for right. With Antonio Pierce ditching the interim name, the Raiders will be searching for a quarterback, but I think right tackle is a bigger hole to fill, so they take Talisi Fuanga from Oregon State. Came to the Senior Bowl and really held his own versus all of the top pass rushers. The 14th pick, the New Orleans Saints take Jared Verse. Cam Jordan is getting long in the tooth. He might be a cap casualty, actually, but they just need more youth on the edge, and I think he's pretty much one of the top defenders left on the board. At 15, not knowing how the Michael Pittman contract situation is going to work out, but I think they should get him re-signed. But they need defensive backs bad, and a local kid, Cooper DeJean from Iowa, not too far from there. I think him opposite Julius Brents with the cover 3 that Gus Bradley likes to use would be a match made in heaven. And don't overthink this. Seattle Seahawks, Mike McDonald takes a page out of the Baltimore Ravens playbook, how they drafted Tyler Linderbaum 1 year ago, and he flourished in the situation. So they take Jackson Powers Johnson to anchor their line along with Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, just viable run blocker. So Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet can have great holes. And, Mike McDonald, he's going to make the most of the defense so they can address those issues later. Come back and hang out with us tomorrow for part 2 of the NFL post-Super Bowl mock draft.